Hi folks, I hope you've had a good weekend. Welcome back to my channel. I did quite a few watercolours on snow scenes last week, and today, or this morning, I'm going to do this large-ish oil painting in the style of the tonalist. I'm still not quite sure. Tonalism to me is light against dark and a minimum detail, creating the impression of detail. So I'll just plug my computer in for lead. Right, okay, so I've got on here, no, I haven't got any ultramarine. I'm going to use ultramarine. Some ultramarine. I'll show you the palette in a minute. I have to get another pot of this. Okay, right, well there's my filthy, what I'm using for a palette at the moment. So I've got some Payne's Grey, sap green, light red, ultramarine, some yellow ochre and a blob of white, and a load of linseed oil. And I hope that's what I'm going to use. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basic colours for this, mostly going to be green and red. There's some lovely programmes on TV, on British TV at the moment, on great railway journeys. That's in Europe and all over the world. Australia, Canada, and also some domestic ones. And we all love steam trains now, because they've been gone for many, many years. But we can't wait to get on them. Because they're all parts of the leisure industry now. Which is lovely. It's lovely to see these wonderful old beasts still belching out steam. And some of the landscapes they go through are just so inspiring, just wonderful, wonderful. And all we try to do is to create a version of it. And I've noticed that with the landscape, it's really red and green, different shades of it, of course, and different reds and different greens. But if you look, you'll just see two colours. So you don't really need, unless you want to paint an impressionist painting with lots of colour. But I'm just saying that with this particular type of tonalist painting, keep it simple, stupid. KISS, K-I-S-S, and what detail there is sort of lifted out with the brushes back to the whites. And this is the size of this is 55 centimetres by 65 centimetres, so it's quite big by my standards. I'm used to using small brushes, but now I'm using these big brushes, these big cheapo ones from Hobbycraft. And I've got this one. There's a lovely one from Jackson's art. I'll just give it a little bit of a trim. I think one or two bristles are poking through when I find some scissors. Right, I just carefully trim them up. That's it. It's a beautiful brush, but I'm using it mostly for blending. It's my blending brush. More a bit shaky there. I keep tightening this easel up. It's a Mabev Fox easel, very good one. I had it years. Oh, I know what it is. Excuse me. I've got the back leg on a brick because I'm sitting down, and it's a bit wobbly. Looky, that could have fallen down. Right, that's it. Sorted. That's better. Yeah, there's a bit of a design fault I would suggest with their easel, or this easel. I've had it about 25 years. In that when you fold the back leg down, because I'm sitting down, in that position it's too low for the front legs. So I've got the legs in the front down about 6 inches, but the back has to sit on a brick to make that one level. It'd be okay if I stood up, there's no problem, but then I'm a lazy person and I like to sit down. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got ideas, probably it'd be similar to others. So I'm just going to dip my brush into some lovely oil, juicy oil, and just dilute it on my board here, and just go for it. And then as you go along, you can see things that you like and that you don't like, and you're going to paint over. It's just a start to kill the canvas, get something on there. Now I like a bit of water in mine. Maybe not a lot of water, but just an indication of something of interest. But I want a big sky. I love doing skies. There's a view on the Wandle, a river Wandle, which I ride. Well, it's nice, but I don't think it'd be very nice tomorrow for our weekly bike ride. But on the Wandle, there's a sort of a tree it's probably a willow, a great willow, that hasn't yet fallen into the, lost its branches, fallen into the river. We've got a path going down there, and the river's coming down here. But I'm not. I'm in 2 minds whether to do the river, but I just want to see what we can make of that. But there's quite a bit of landscape, so a bit of horizon. Get a bit of tissue and just wipe away at that. Oh, there's no horizon, Alex. But the tree, it fascinates me. When I take a photograph of it with my phone, it always looks a bit small than it is in real life. Now that's just a big blob there, haven't I? So let's just change the shape of that a little bit. Right, just blob out some. If you're not familiar with centimetres, I'll tell you in inches. It's just right. I've just got a frame this size. It's 21.5 inches by 25 and a half, nearly 25 3/4, 25 3/4 inches. It's an odd size for the frame, but probably the frame was made for a painting that was in it. It's not a very good frame, but it's a frame nonetheless. Okay, let's put a bit of sky in now. Loads of oil, bit of good dark. Oh, let's put it in the water. Oh, remove the watercolour water. Excuse me. Oh, I've just put some green on that. I don't really want green, so I'll clean that brush. Ultramarine light red is what I want. Ultramarine light red and a bit of white. We can put in a bit of cloud comes down there. But I'll use a bit of yellow ochre in the white when I do the sky. That's my basic three colours. The light red, the blue, bit of Payne's grey if I want, and I'll bung some in I think, since I've got it on the palette. Mix that with the blue, that'll really darken it. And we can have a sort of a real dramatic sky on this. There is a danger with these. I've got so many in my studio here. I suppose it is a studio, it's a loft room converted. So it's also where we hang the washing in the winter, because you can't dry it out in the line, washing line. Or on the thing we use. Bit of a I think that's a hair there. But it's all part of the charm, isn't there? Have a few straggly things. Got some blue. The stormy, wintry sky coming on here. Right. Now that's a good start as far as I can see. We've got potentially an interesting light sky here. Well, we're going to make it light in parts anyway. Right, let's get a bit of tissue. It's great fun doing this sort of painting because you don't really know where you're going to go. You're going to put the light, you just do it and then just develop it, and if it looks alright, it is alright. It's in my book. So if I put a bit dark around one of these, this set of trees here, I can put a bit of light around that one. Because we don't really want the symmetry. I'll put that dark colour back. Then we can have the sort of a lighter green around in there. Right, let's go blending. I'll stand up for this. Sorry about the angle, but it's for the camera, but because I can't get a close up. The zoom is not that great on this camera, although the camera is a nice camcorder, Canon camcorder that I bought on eBay. Because it's I wanted one that recorded in MP4 5. Because the other one was MOV, and it had to be. Well, I used to have to compress the files for Windows. I'll get some sky there. Just go back and take that out there. No, it was my other brush here. It was my dark brush. It's not going to end up like this. I'm just feeling my way to see where we're going to go. But it's always in my mind that we're creating a painting, we're not creating a copy of a photograph. We're creating something that is original. Well, hopefully original. And you can go in sort of the direction of the clouds. Alright, let's just do a bit of those trees now. So it's a nice light green. Well, that's not light, is it? No, dark. It didn't used to waggle when I used this big radial easel, studio one. I'll bring the sky into that. So there's a bit of ochre in that green. Now we want really light on there, light green, so a bit of white. Oh no, that's more green. Right, okay, so now we can put in some shadow on that. So a bit of panes, a bit of white, a bit of red. Bit of red. So I want that catching the light and contrasting with the dark sky. That light, more light green on there. Right. Maybe we've got a little bit too dark in there, but that's okay because we can change it. See what I mean, that contrast. See the lovely rough brushes, they give you a lovely illusion of a lot going on there. Change that shape, that's all a bit too regular. Right, I'm going to put in some light now. I'll get some yellow ochre out there. And we'll get stuck into the sky a bit now. Right, clean my brush. Look at the rag, look. A right old mess. Oh, I've got some coffee here, it's gone cold. Right, sky. Yellow, ochre, a touch of the light red, a bit of oil. I don't know why it's banging. I thought I'd solved that last week. Ah, right, I know why. I need to just let a leg down a little bit. No, that's just as bad, isn't it? It's banging on the brick that the back leg's resting on. Anyway, let's carry on. Oops, wrong colour there. On a couple of my recent paintings, I've actually accidentally touched them in the sky before they were wet. They stay about in this sort of atmosphere at the moment, sort of cold and wet, damp. They take a while to dry with all this oil on, about 3 or 4 days, and I've accidentally hit a few of them with my fingers. I want to get. We're going to do the sky, aren't we? That's just a touch of red, ochre. I do love a bit of red. This light red is great in the sky. It's not as bright as the cadmiums. It does a different job. Trying to change the shape of that tree there. Don't want it regular. I must be get this paint on the board. This I'll thicken it up a little bit here. Okay, well, let's do a bit of blending on that. Stand up a bit. It's quite a big board for me. It's a lot of oil on there, but I'm going to get that. Oh, come on. It's probably under 2 layers of, oh, that's great. 2 layers of gesso. Well, a white gesso and some emulsion, some household stuff left over from decorating. Not that I do much decorating these days, I can't stand it. It's such a waste of time. I used to do it all, but right, let's leave that to just sort of go off a little bit. So I want some much more light in there. I want to get in some dark shadow. Too regular. I will change that. We'll change that by altering the shape of the sky, I think, behind that. I'll be a while on this. This is just half an hour. I've got half an hour to go before the video sets off another video. So if that happens, I will just do this in 2 parts. Right, get some dark in there. haven't got round to the cotton buds yet. Still not sure about that. I might change that. In fact, I think I will. It's dark against too much dark. We're not going to get a great contrast there. The tones will be wrong. So let's change that a little bit. Well, a lot. I'll paint into that. I'll leave some of that grey in there, I think quite like that. So this sky is just it's just a mixture of the yellow ochre, white and the light red for the light clouds, but lovely and warm. No white. White's in there, of course. No white, but it's not as neat white. Right, a bit of shadow. Did plenty of red in that. See, there's something abstract about these sort of paintings. So a lot of sky, isn't there? Right, let's stand up and get some dark in here. Right, let's get the blendy brush. We'll do a bit of detailing in a minute, and the detailing, impression of detailing in all this lot. sort of that light in there. I think. Right, let's get some green in here. Right, now with a bit of foreground, that's I've got to fill in a bit there, so I've gone back to the ball quite nicely. Oh, well, before I do it, right, these fill up quite quickly, these Q-tips. Right, let's get another sort of brush here. Just try and punch some holes in the outline of this tree here, put some air into it. Bit of yellow ochre in there just to soften. And no, I don't really like that. I prefer the green and the red. Alright, let's get in some good dark from that foreground now. Dark green, red and green. Just rough, sort of rough ground now. A bit of Payne's grey in there. Right, let's do a bit of banging on that. Just add a bit of that suggestion. take a lot of oil off as well. So I might be able to get some more detail in there. Illusion of detail. No. Right, let's just put a bit of that right, what's the time? It's 50 minutes. Right, a bit of work on that sky now. Then we'll call that finished. Then I'll put it in a mount or in the frame. We'll have a look at it. Right, I'll put that in the frame and we'll have a look. See what it looks like. Oh, there's a lot of stuff up there. A lot of oil. Right, okay, careful. I've painted this on the 3mm thick MDF because it's a much larger size, and I bought a lot of, well, I bought 5 big sheets of the of the 3mm and 5 more of the 2mm for the smaller sizes. Just put several pins in it, just hold there. It's falling out. Quite a nice one. Right, okay. Right, what I'll do, I'll take you back as far as I can, so you'll see the whole thing from a distance. From a distance. Oh, so Bette Midler song. Oh, I like Bette Midler. Oh.